Hello friends, welcome to JQuery tutorial. In this video, we are going to talk about the event implementation using the on method of the JQuery. In the last video, we learned the basics of JQuery event. The on method hooks one or more events with a handler function. So when we talk about event will be fired by certain HTML object, and that will be handled inside the server side function or inside a client side script like JavaScript. So jQuery provides on method. So using this on method, we can hook the event with a handler function. In our example, we have 3 push buttons, and we will see how we can hook the click event of this push button with a specific handler function. Our page contains 3 buttons, and now we will provide event handlers using the on method. So the event handler will be in the JavaScript code. So this is what we are talking about. We have 3 buttons, right? And we can hook click event with a specific handler function. And this code will do the text tracking. It will pack the text tightly or loosely based on what user clicks. When the type button is clicked, words and letters are tightly packed. Tightly means there will be less gap between the word as well as letter. When loose button is clicked, words and letters are loosely packed. So by clicking these buttons, you will come to know. For this, we will define the cascading styles and apply them on the button clicks. So if you look at here, first we have a body font. So that defines the default font setting for the document. All the paragraph will be in sans serif font and font size will be large. In your machine, if you don't have sans serif, then you can use the available font instead of this sans serif. Then we have a rule for typeset, and here if you see, we are using the CSS letter spacing and word spacing. Letter spacing defines space between each letter. If you take this THIS are the letters and what is the gap between them. So in typeset, the gap between them is -1 pixel. That means highly or tightly packed. Then word spacing is just 1 pixel. That means between word there is a gap of 1 pixel. So that is typeset. Loose set, letter spacing is 3 pixel and word spacing is 4 pixel. So that's how we define the CSS rules. And when you apply this typeset class, the letters and words will be packed tightly. And when you apply loose set, then the letter and word spacings are high. That means they are loosely packed. When document ready is triggered, so this ready itself is a event. When this ready event is triggered, that means when all the DOM trees are constructed, ready will be fired, and when it is fired, we hook all the button click with a handler. So first there will be an event The event is the ready event, and inside the ready event handler we will provide code to hook the button click with the handler function. And if you see, that's what here we are talking about, $document ready function, and that function is ending here, and this is the body. So when all DOM trees are constructed, this body will get called. And inside the body we are hooking the event. If you look at $hash tight, so this is the ID given for the button, right? So we take that button using the jQuery selector, then we are making call to the on method. To this on method we specify the event. Here the event is click, right? To this click event, for the on method we provide two parameters. First one is the event name specified in single quote. Second one is the handler function. So here we are defining the function, and here is the opening curly braces. And if you see, this is inside the event handler for the ready. The same way we provide handler for other two buttons as well. $loose. So by this time you know what this $loose, right? $tight. This is the jQuery selector. So this will give you the object from the DOM tree, that means button object, and we are calling the on method on the selected button. Then we specify what event we want to handle, then we define the function. The same way other stuff goes here, right? Add class method will add the class attribute to the body tag selected by jQuery $. Right, selector function we already know. We learned about that in the previous subseries. And add class also by this time you are aware. So to the selected object it will add the class attribute, right? Now let's look at that. $body, that means to the entire body of the document we are adding the class tight set when the button tight is pressed. So tight set is nothing but the class attribute, and once you set that tight, the document or the paragraph content will be tightly packed, and we are applying this to the body tag, right? To the body tag, once you make a call to add class, this will add a class attribute, right? And it will say tight set, right? Then CSS rule will be applied for the entire document. So the body contains multiple paragraphs. For all the paragraph, the tight set text track fronting will be applied. Same way, the remove class will remove the class attribute from the jQuery filtered tag. So if you see, we are adding class for tight set, then we are removing the class for loose set. So if it was already applied, right? Similarly here, loose set is there, we are removing the tight set. And here in the regular, we remove both the class attribute, tight set as well as a loose set. So for example, if a user clicked the let's assume that user clicked the tight button. Once the document is loaded for the first time, let's assume user clicked the tight. So when user clicked tight, it will run this handler. So it will add the class attribute tight. So here tight set is applied. Let's say user is clicking the 3, that means loose button. So we are adding the class loose set. That means we will be having two class attribute here, class tight set as well as loose set. So we need to remove this tight set, right? That's what we are doing. So the end effect is class attribute will have loose set now on the body, right? The previously applied tight set will be removed, then the loose set will be added. It will be good idea to remove the tight set first, then adding the loose set next. But anyhow, this will work, and since the browsers are quick, you won't see much difference. Alright, now let's go to the demo. Okay, now we will add the CSS style. And in the CS, if you see, we have 3 CSS rules defined, right? Tight set, loose set, and body font. So we can apply this body font to our HTML. So before beginning the script, we need to define the style sheet as well. Let's put /009 CSS, right? We haven't yet placed the JavaScript. Let's run this once and see how it looks with the body font. Right, now you can see it here. Alright, now we will create the JavaScript file as well. So that's all. So this is a ready event handler. Inside ready event handler, we are hooking multiple event handlers. One is for tight button, and another one is for loose button, and another one is for regular button. And if you see, here is the ID regular, tight, as well as loose. Now we can run the HTML and see how this is working. Right, so the body content is displayed in a regular font style by default, and when you click tight, the event will be handled, and the tight button event will add the class tight set, and tight set we already defined here, right, with letter spacing -1 and weight spacing 1. So that doesn't work because we have to include our JQuery script as well. That's all. We will save the content. And we will reload it. So when we click tight set, you can see the letters are packed tightly, right? and when you click loose, the letters are spaced loosely as well as weights, right? And this is the regular. Now we hooked the event, right, and changed the document. So if you go for developer tools, and when you look at the body tag, you can see for the body tag, two classes are applied. One is body font. This we applied statically. That means in the tag itself, we specified class attributes as body, right? Body font. Loose set, we are applying it dynamically based on the add class method, and that is hooked inside the JavaScript function, right? Now let's click the height, and if you see, the body font is changed to typeset. So now let me click loose again, and you can see the class attribute add class is added. The class attribute loose set will be added using the add class method. The same way tight set will be removed, right? Because previously I clicked tight, that's why tight set class attribute is added. Now when I click loose, it should remove that tight set, right? Then it should add the loose set. And you can see how this class attribute is changing, and the document content reflects the CSS style, right? When we click regular, it will remove the class attributes tight set as well as loose set. Only body font is there, and you are seeing the regular content. So that's what we coded here. Thank you for watching. Bye.